Hi, I'm Meteorologist Jonathan O with Western Pacific Weather. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. As we continue to track Typhoon Lan, we wanted to give you a video update to give you an idea of where the system is headed over the next 48 hours, which happens to be the most critical time period for those all across Japan as this system moves toward the north and east. Take a look at the satellite imagery here. Wow, that really well-defined eye as it continues to move toward the north and east. It's bringing a lot of energy with it. We're concerned about not only the strong winds, but also the storm surge and the significant amount of rainfall that the central areas of the system will bring as we go throughout the next couple of days. This is a powerful storm designated as a very large and very strong system. It is packing winds of close to 180 kilometers per hour, and we're talking about, close to 250 kilometers per hour gusts. So this is a very significant storm, and it is continuing to move toward the north and east at 30 kilometers per hour. Look at the track that this is going to be taking. Early Sunday morning, it's going to be located well away from Japan, but we go into Sunday afternoon, and for those of you located in Shikoku, and also for the north of the Chugoku region, Tokai, Kinki, all of you are going to be dealing with this system, especially for the afternoon hours on Sunday going into Monday. And then we go into late Sunday, and throughout the day on Monday, the system is expected to move right over the eastern areas of Japan, and then jetting off by the time we go into Tuesday. And so we are concerned about this system. Hopefully you have heeded the warnings. Obviously you have, because we see all of you sharing the information from our Facebook page. We're thankful for that. And that's indicating that you are aware of the situation, but hopefully you're prepared for it as well. For those of you in Okinawa, I know that a lot of you have been following us from Okinawa, and it looks like that, yes, you'll still be dealing with breezy conditions, may even be dealing with some heavier isolated bands of rain as we continue through the evening hours, especially for the outer areas of the system, but the central core is not coming toward you anymore. So thankfully that's not going to be a concern for you, but for those further north and east, it is a concern for you. Some of you have been asking, what is this system really like compared to a hurricane in terms of its categorization, because we use a very different system here in Japan and the Western Pacific compared to what is used in the United States. This would be essentially a minimal Category 3 storm. It is equivalent to a major hurricane, and that is of great concern for us. Now, some of you have been saying, we're hearing reports of maybe Category 4 or Category 5. The reason why that is the case is because JTWC, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, has their own particular setup in terms of how this categorization is, how they define the winds. Meteorologist Robert Speta has made a video in the past talking about the differences between how JTWC makes their calculations versus what JMA uses to make their calculations. And it's a matter of timing. Right? If you have a window of 1 minute to estimate your winds in the average versus a 10-minute window, you tend to have lower averages when you have a longer window, simply because if you think about it, you can't necessarily sprint for 10 minutes, but you can sprint for 1 minute. So you can have a very high speed for one, but when you have a longer range, it's harder to do that. And so JTWC uses a 1 minute estimate, and that allows them to have those higher calculations. So 95 knots, according to JMA, for sustained winds versus 150, that's a pretty big difference. But let me emphasize to you, regardless of what the category is, this is a powerful storm, and hopefully you have made those proper preparations. We're still seeing the same track with JTWC. Look at this, moving to the north and east and impacting the Tokyo Bay area as we go into the early hours on Monday, and then departing by the time we go into the afternoon, and then we go into Tuesday as well. So still dealing with a significant impact for those anywhere from Osaka eastward through Nagoya into Tokyo as we go throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. Let me also point out that we talked about the storm surge concerns. JTWC is saying that they're looking at up to 41 feet swells with this. Yeah, and according to JMA, they're getting similar numbers here. Look at the estimation down toward the center. This is the forecast that they're having, and some of these numbers are anywhere from 12 to 15 meter heights. If you do the calculation, the meter by is approximately a yard, very roughly speaking, so multiply that by 3, we're getting close to 45-foot swells possible with this at the core of the system. So definitely want to stay away from the waters as the system approaches, and this is going to cause some real problems along the Pacific coastline, along Japan. We're a bit concerned that it can cause some erosion as well as we go through the next 48 hours. For those of you who are thinking about impacts, we have a couple of big things happening. First of all, Sunday. It is the day for the national election for the lower house of the Diet. That's happening all across the country, but if you have a very significant storm moving through Japan throughout that entire time period, it's going to impact voter turnout. How it's going to impact voter turnout in terms of who they're voting for, we can't say what that's going to be like. But it is going to certainly depress a lot of the numbers, or really keeping the numbers relatively low in terms of turnout because of the strength of this particular storm. When you have pouring rain and strong winds, probably not the best conditions to go out and vote. Then we have Monday, where we have a work week starting off again, and when you have public transit, the way it is set up in Tokyo, where so many millions of people are using it, and you have a storm like this moving through, it's going to cause problems with that as well. I mean, for example, the JRKO line that's around the Tokyo Bay, anytime there's a strong wind event, that train just stops. And so we're looking at that concern as we go into the weekend and also to the first part of next week. So hopefully you are aware of the situation, are preparing for this as we go throughout the next couple of days so that you'll be able to stay safe as the storm rolls through. Like I said, once the storm rolls out of here, we go into Tuesday, we're looking at much better conditions. Sunny skies will be returning to the picture and even warmer temperatures as well. So thanks to those of you who have sent in questions. That really helps us be able to better tell you the weather story. And thanks to those of you who have offered to send in pictures and videos once this storm starts to come on shore. Just most importantly, we want to emphasize, please be safe before you're getting involved in those. Make sure that you're not putting yourself in danger if you're going to be taking those pictures and videos. But those images are going to be most important, because while we have all these tools to tell us what's happening, it's what happens on the ground that really matters. And so we do appreciate you sending those pictures and videos in once the system starts rolling through the area. Thanks to those of you who have been following us on Western Pacific Weather, and we're going to try to put together a live video event coming up Sunday evening, if possible. If not, we'll at least have a video update for you, and at any time feel free to send us questions, and we'll try to get to them as soon as possible. So that's it right now from Tokyo. I'm Meteorologist Jonathan with Western Pacific Weather. Hope you have a good day wherever you are.